Sup everyone, this is Karak from ACG, and today I come to you from the land where being called a blockhead's probably a compliment, and there isn't any hole deep enough that you can't probably build your way out of it. That's right, it's Minecraft, and more importantly, it's Story Mode Episode 5. As always, these games are difficult to review as they're notoriously short, episodic, and many times use much of the same sound, music, and voice. So let's keep this one unusually brief. And I'm going to start from the end. Minecraft Story Mode Episode 5 is by far the most enjoyable of any of this series by a square plotted out mile. That's right. You see, where the other episodes always played into one another and you were always sort of depending on the decision to continue gameplay in later episodes, Episode 5 is almost completely contained as a story in its own right, and unlike the Michonne Machete Chronicles of the Walking Dead series, the large number of twists and turns within the game means that replaying it feels like a far more natural progression of enjoyment than those other titles could ever hope for, especially for that one that I reviewed today. In fact, sitting down and thinking about it, these are just absolutely at the opposite ends of the spectrum, even though they're both from Telltale, where the Walking Dead Michonne Chronicles is yet to firmly find its feet on solid gameplay and story and continues to chop its own neck off with insanely short gameplay. The Minecraft titles always have fared a little better and have always respected their source material a little bit more, and here in Episode 5, it's a great deal more. First, Episode 5 is almost completely self-contained, as I said. You jump into the story with Jesse and the bunch creating their own order and going out and exploring. Quickly, you're thrown into a full-blown story about a land run by a possible tyrant, betrayal, and duck saviors. And yeah, I said duck. Episode 5 keeps the characters contained within the story, but is never held back by it. And as I played, I began to realize that in many ways, this really plays to the episodic nature of games and their strengths, something that I've been complaining about for months. Where, though it's nice to talk about a title between their releases, it's also nice to make sure that those releases themselves feel full. And Episode 5 does that. It has the gameplay chops with continual combat, movement, and decision-making. It also ran well with no graphical stutters or loss in frame rate throughout the entire title, which, again, is a little bit different than that other one I reviewed today. But it also has the same voice and sound and music work from the previous titles, meaning it's all pretty damn good if taken as a package, including excellent voice acting with a subtlety you certainly wouldn't expect from this kind of art style, as well as some very cool music with nice ambient tracks that usually have some kind of percussion style beat to them that makes you constantly feel like you're pushing your way towards adventure in a jungle somewhere. But lastly, but most importantly, it's fun. It's got just enough ties to the prior story to cement you in the continuing tale, but it's also enjoyable with new characters to interact with and treats the source material as, shocker, the source it deserves to be. Yeah, this isn't my normal review style, I get that, but sometimes you have to break free from the mold and be a bit different, sort of like Episode 5 itself is today. As always, I rate games on a buy, wait for sale, rent, or never touch it again rating scale. This is, of course, a buy. Episode 5 is fantastic. If you have a way to get it, I say you go out and do so. Now, if you're not a fan of Minecraft, episodic games, or Telltale, then it's not going to change your mind. But then again, why are you even here? As always, if you like the video, hit thumbs up. If you dislike the video, hit thumbs down. And peace out.